stay hydrated. Quality H2O. Guys, recently I've had quite a fun development go on in my private life. And that is, I'm back to playing volleyball again. I started playing volleyball when I was 15 years old. This is me at 16. This is me playing club volleyball. And man, was I a skinny kid back then. And also with my hair situation, well, I did what a lot of high schoolers did back then, which was just let my hair just grow all the way out and then kind of cut it short and it would look bad. And then just let it grow all the way out again. So it was just a big volume situation, no styling going on. I also wore the biggest knee pads at the time. I knew they looked funny on my skinny legs, but I really wanted to protect my knees and slide around on the floor. So I played volleyball in Australia for like the last 2 years of high school and then 1 year after high school. And then after I moved to Thailand, I took a few years off. I just couldn't find a place to play because I was living very far away from the center of Bangkok. And I ended up finding a place 3 to 4 years into my life in Bangkok. And then for the rest of my stay in Bangkok for like the next 5 years, I was playing volleyball usually at the least once a week, at the most 3 times a week, but usually 2. Nice average. So after moving to Japan, obviously volleyball is huge in Japan. You know, there's like the language barrier, and you know what? Honestly, I guess I didn't really look that hard because as it turns out, there are many places, and I, after taking almost 2 years off volleyball, am back playing volleyball again. So I just kind of want to update you guys on what the experience was like, how my body is dealing with it, because I don't know if you guys know, I'm actually 31 years old now, and my body ain't what it used to be. The biggest difference being it's heavy. By the way, I think in the photo of me from high school, I weigh somewhere around like 54 to 55 kilos or something like that. Pretty light. Not only am I back to playing volleyball, I should have mentioned this way earlier, I'm actually playing in a tournament. So that's going to be fun. Anyone interested in knowing what position I'm playing, I'm actually playing setter. If you guys didn't sign up for volleyball chat, I apologize, but I'll try and make it as entertaining and easy to understand as possible. So growing up, honestly, I just wasn't very good. Even now, I'm not like a super good volleyball player or anything like that, but growing up, I just didn't have really good technique, and there was also people better than me at most positions, so I would just kind of like slot in where I could get any game time possible. So I would play like libero quite a bit in high school, a little bit in club, and then sometimes I'd get to play like outside hitter, and like, you know, like a lot of people play volleyball, they want to be outside hitter, but I was just like not made to be an outside hitter just because, one, I'm not good at hitting for a multiple of reasons. One of those being bad technique and bad timing. Just by me playing any positions possible, I ended up mostly playing actually middle blocker and setter. And now I would say like my most consistent position is probably setter. And my tosses are pretty solid. Consistency is the key, as some people would say. But one reason why I kind of excelled at playing middle blocker, even though I'm not very tall, I know, a lot of people refer to me as your tall king, but, well, I mean, tall is relative, but I'm only 173 to 174 centimeters. In feet, I believe it's like 5'8" and a little bit, perhaps 5'9", who really knows? But I can jump pretty high. I don't know like my exact jump height. A relatively good instinct for blocking. And yeah, I was just like really good at moving side to side and like getting the blocks in and stuff like that. As I said, I'm old and my shoulder, unfortunately, is quite sore. I didn't actually do anything particular to hurt it. Like, it wasn't like I was playing sport or I was in the gym and I hurt my shoulder one day. I think it is shoulder impingement. I should probably go and see like a physiotherapist or something like that. But for the meantime, I just looked up shoulder impingement on YouTube, found a bunch of exercises, and I'm going to be doing those by myself for a few weeks and then just hopefully seeing if I can make any progress. So yeah, super excited to be back playing volleyball. After my first session, which was a 3-hour session with just 2 teams, my legs were wrecked. Like, actually, like I really struggled to like sit down the next day, because one thing that I'm not very good at, and I'm not trying to say this like make myself sound better or anything, but like I'm not good at not giving 100% when I'm playing sport, and that's not a good thing. You know, like you don't need to give your 100% all the time. Like you need to like be able to read the situation and choose like and pick your spots, like when you're gonna go all out. It's really good exercise. That's also another reason why I like to do it, because one thing that frustrates me is after going to the gym or after playing some sport or doing some form of exercise, I don't like feeling like I have a lot left. It makes me feel, I don't even know how to put it in words. I guess frustration is probably the best way to put it, but it makes me feel like, Sometimes when I would play volleyball in Thailand, after we'd finished playing, if I felt like I could still play for like an hour, another 2 hours, I would just go home and be like so mad, and then I would go to the gym and just like take my extra energy out there. And then about 5 days later, I was back playing volleyball, and I actually ended up playing not 6 hours straight. I played 3 hours in the morning and then 3 hours at night, and that wrecked me real bad. Like, that was a bit silly of me. It's just, that's how much I love playing. It was so crazy. I met this really nice American guy, and we were just like warming up together doing pepper, and I was like, dude, volleyball is so fun. He was like, yeah, I know. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy exercising, but playing team sports, also video games. I do enjoy video games a lot, but playing team sports is just one of the ultimate fun activities for me in my life. So getting back to playing volleyball has really increased my general happiness levels. I'm probably a little bit too obsessed with it at the moment, just because it's kind of like all I can think about. Actually, I was supposed to have a session tomorrow, and then I got news today that it got cancelled. And I got all these like flashbacks to when I was like in year 3 or 4 and I joined a soccer team. On the days that I had training, literally all day would just be me just looking forward to going to training and like playing some soccer. Like, that is like the highlight of the day. And the day before is like, all right, if I can go to sleep sooner, then we can get to the next day and I can go to training. And if for some reason it rained and training got cancelled, I actually cried. Like, I was so sad. And like, it would be raining and I could see it outside, and I'm like hoping that we don't get the phone call that it's gonna get cancelled. And I'm like, yes. And then like half an hour, because it's probably like a, you know, last minute decision. I was looking around on the internet to see if there were any other sessions that I could join for tomorrow. Unfortunately, there are not. So tomorrow, I guess I'll just like work on recovery and, you know, do some stuff in the gym. It's kind of funny because like I'm taking this so seriously, and I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not even an athlete. Like, don't worry about the word professional. I'm like not even an athlete. I don't know. It's just so enjoyable for me. Like, one thing I really struggle with in life, just in general, to be honest, is just striking a balance between what I have to do and what I like to do. But one thing that's also not helping is I'm going through another Haikyu era at the moment. So I read Haikyu as it was coming out. I mean, it's been done for like, I feel like maybe like 6 years now. It finished quite a while ago. I've just been rewatching the anime, and not just like rewatching it once, watching it and rewatching it and rewatching it again. Like, not every episode, like I'll just rewatch like the entire matches that I like. Recently I went on a trip back to Australia, and on the plane I was just watching Haikyu the whole time. It was so good. It might actually be in my top 3 favorite like manga / animes of all time. And also, one really cool thing about Haikyu and living in Japan is that because it was so popular, they're doing Haikyu collaborations all the time. And your boy actually went and got himself some nice Haikyu merch. And I may have gone over the top a little bit, but I got this Karasuno towel. Got like little chibi characters of all the first year students. Pretty cool. And then I also got one for Nekoma. They had these like goods for Karasuno, Nekoma, Inarizaki, and also Fukurodani. I got one for Nekoma as well, so this is Tsunage. And I just use these, I guess, like when I play volleyball. But I'm kind of like a little bit shy to take them to volleyball because people just like, oh, this guy's just like Haikyu nerd, which is fine. I should be proud of my love for Haikyu. But I don't know, a little bit embarrassed. But I use them at the gym a lot, especially when I'm like on the treadmill. They also had like sport kind of shirt, jersey stuff. So on the front, it says Haikyu and has the name of the school in Japanese. And then on the back, it has, once again, the slogan with the characters. So this is the Fukurodani one. And I actually got a shirt for Karasuno and Nekoma as well. So I got 3 shirts, 2 towels. May have overdone it, but man, wearing these is just so much fun. It's just like, it's the best. It just is. Also, another thing is, when I was growing up, I used to wear like Asics and Mizuno volleyball shoes. And then when I moved to Thailand, I started wearing basketball shoes instead of volleyball shoes because I really love NBA. And also, I just thought the basketball shoes provided more comfort, and I just liked the designs better because it was, you know, fun to get shoes from my favorite athletes and all that kind of stuff. I used to wear like Kyrie's and some Kevin Durant shoes. The thing is, like, there's not much difference between volleyball and basketball shoes. Like, in all honesty, basketball shoes probably provide more cushion and support. When you think about the movements in volleyball and basketball, they're pretty similar. Anyway, this time I decided to go for some more conventional like volleyball shoes. So I went back to Asics and I got these ones. So these are like the most kind of like basic, I think, volleyball shoes worn in Japan. They say Japan on here. And they also have like a little Japanese flag on the front. They are the lightest shoes that I've probably ever owned in my life. Honestly, not the greatest support. From someone who used to wear basketball shoes, it's like totally different. But the thing is, I feel like when I'm wearing these, you know, because they're so light, it's probably not true, but I feel like I'm jumping higher. And also because when I land, I feel like I'm trying to like lighten my landing a bit and not like rely too much on the shoe, which I guess is like good for like longevity and knee and back health and that kind of stuff. One other thing about these is you can kind of see like right here. See there how it's like kind of worn away? So like sometimes when I'm like receiving a ball, I'll like put my foot like down. So this is like my big toe, right? That bone there, I guess like the big knuckle of my big toe will like be on the ground. And since this is like so thin, I can feel that bone on the ground, which kind of hurts. And that's not something I'm used to, but I guess it's something I can get used to later. But anyway, these are like quite affordable, light, and yeah, like pretty solid shoes. I've only worn these like 4 times, so I'm going to keep wearing them for a while, but I feel like maybe at some point I might go back to wearing basketball shoes again. Maybe I can like try and get some footage from the tournament. Like I could like shoot some vlog stuff. It's just I'm so shy. There's going to be so many people there and like talking to the camera. It's so funny because like obviously it's my job to act in front of a camera, but it's so different like from real life and my job. I don't know what is different about it because it's all kind of like acting in a way, except this is but this is like another thing. And now I'm gonna go off on a tangent, but I really feel like, especially now when I'm shooting these vlogs for you guys like in my private life, I really am trying to be as close to a genuine version of myself as possible. I feel like if you guys like see me out and about in the real world, the real world, Digimon, digital monsters, no, you know, in private life, I guess, if you met me, I feel like you wouldn't really feel like that I was much different to how I am now, unless I was like surprised, like, because sometimes I do freak out and not respond in the best way. Like someone would be like, oh, like, are you an actor? And I was like, no, because like, I don't know, I just don't handle those situations very well all the time. Sometimes I do though. And I'm usually pretty chill. Yeah, so when I'm like shooting vlogs, especially when there's other people there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who's comfortable, who's not. I don't want to make anyone feel weird. But if you guys want to see some of the footage from the volleyball tournament, then I guess that is something that I can try to do. Pretty much I want everyone to be like, yes, show us footage so I can feel like I don't want to let people down. If I feel like I'm letting people down, then it makes me kind of want to work harder. That's just how my personality is. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on something that's been giving me a lot of joy, fun, and happiness. Maybe all those 3 things are very similar, but slightly different. I'm just so happy playing volleyball again and wanted to talk to you about it. So if you know, are a volleyball lover, a Haikyu lover, or you know, anything, get down in the comments. Let's talk about volleyball. And yeah, maybe I can show you guys some footage from the tournament that I'll be playing at, where I'll be setting. Oh. Anyway guys, thanks so much for popping by. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in another video coming very, very soon. See ya!